Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to upgrade your eBoost to the latest and greatest. Over 10 years ago, Turbosmart released the eBoost3 as an all-in-one boost controller. Now, while it will control boost flawlessly, there are some reasons why you'd like to upgrade to an eBoost3. Full-colored LCD screen, on-the-fly adjustments via the click wheel, and future expandability, just to name a few. What we will be focusing on today is how easy it is to change from an eBoost2 to an eBoost3, the parts you can reuse, and a basic setup. If you're looking for an in-depth tuning video of the eBoost3, we've already covered that in a previous video. Today we're just going through the simple process of changing an eBoost2 to an eBoost3, running it up on the dyno and ensuring that the boost curves are the same. Both eBoost2 and eBoost3 share the same 60mm cup diameter. The eBoost3 is slightly longer. At the rear, share the same main harness connection, same poly tube connection, but we've changed the 4-way accessory harness to a 6-way accessory harness. We also include a USB-C connector out the back. The USB-C port means that when we have a software update, you can have the latest firmware at all times on your eBoost3. Because the setup is similar between the eBoost2 and the eBoost3, there is no need to rewire the main harness, run new vacuum lines, or run new solenoid lines. Now, while we include a new solenoid, it is perfectly fine to use the original eBoost2 solenoid. However, if you wanted finer control, it is possible to change to the higher wattage solenoid that's included with the eBoost3. Before we remove eBoost2, we're going to run up the car just to confirm what the boost settings are before we change to the eBoost3. So now that we've run up the car, we can confirm that there are 2 boost levels set in eBoost2. Now what we're going to do is unplug the eBoost2. All we need to do is pull that out, remove the main harness, unplug the reference line, and then install the eBoost3. Installing the eBoost3 is relatively simple. All you got to do is plug in the main harness, plug in the main reference line, and put it back on where the eBoost2 was installed. This is a good opportunity to also run a USB-C cable so that it's easy to plug in your laptop. So first thing we got to do is set the overboost shutdown. This car can run up to 25, 28 PSI, so I'm going to set the overboost shutdown to 30 PSI, as per the eBoost2 settings. We're going to have 2 boost settings in this car, so I'm going to set this number of set points to 2. Now, because this car did not have an RPM signal input for the eBoost2, we're not going to enable RPM, and we're also not going to set up boost correction. First thing you should always do is do a baseline run. So here we've done a base run, and you can see on Wastegate spring you get that nice, lazy, smooth boost curve. But we want to bring that boost level up to 19 PSI. So we're going to first play with SP value, and then we're going to play with gate pressure to work on response. And then we're going to try and flatten out the curve with sensitivity. So we're going to go to boost group 1. And we're going to turn up the set point. Let's start at 20, see what that gives us. We're also going to change gate pressure up about 10 PSI because we're running more than 10 PSI anyway, so let's get a little bit more response there. We'll leave sensitivity at 0 for the time being. So with the set point of 20, we're getting closer to what our target boost is. So now I'm going to play around with gate pressure and sensitivity to see if I can flatten out that curve. a few tweaks, we've achieved the same curve. Now repeat the same steps to achieve the next boost level. Now that was easy, going from an eBoost 2 to an eBoost 3. Now remember, the numbers that you had in the eBoost 2 don't directly correspond with the numbers that you need to put into eBoost 3. So always run up the car, check out what the base is, and go through the same process of setting up a brand new eBoost. If you're unsure about how to set up the eBoost 3, please refer back to the previous video on tuning. And if you've got any eBoost related topics, please leave them in our comment section. Thanks for watching.